everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, and this is the third time.
Welcome back. Today we're finally getting a chance to watch, I don't know, is it the conclusion to the God's Not Dead saga?
There's no conclusion to these. Are you kidding me? They have set up you could do offshoots, you could do a series. You could do
God's Not Dead multi-universe.
Yeah, it's an expanded universe. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So pretty soon we're gonna get David A.R. White in the Iron Man costume, and it'll be perfect.
I'd be down for that. Oh my God! So it's been so long. We got our start. It wasn't our first movie. Was it our first thing we did?
No,
God's Not Dead.
It
might have been the first movie we ever did on this. So without further ado, I guess we're going to talk about God's Not Dead 3. A Light in the Darkness, shockingly, and I say this non-sarcastically, the best of the God's Not Dead trilogy.
Sometimes all it takes is a spark. Something very small. But the spark becomes a flame, and if that flame spreads, the power can be so overwhelming it transforms everything around it.
Oh no, did we put in Last Jedi by mistake?
No?
Ooh, you can't talk about Star Wars on the internet anymore.
Why?
Just by doing this bit, there's been no fewer than 3 comment chains about why Haldo's hair was that color.
Really? No. You're right. It's all shit now.
I know, a lot like Star Wars.
I didn't want this. Let's watch Solo.
The movie begins with a quick recap of the end of the previous film, in which our protagonist, Reverend Dave, played by PureFlix founder David A.R. White, was arrested for not submitting his sermons to the government after being subpoenaed. Creative naming there, guys. Do you think they started with a different name, like Reverend Andrew, but he kept getting confused why everyone was calling him that?
Maybe?
Acting seems to elude him a little bit, so I don't know if he fully understands the concept.
We're seeing more and more protests around the city since local pastor David Hill was arrested for contempt of court.
Hill refused to abide by a controversial government mandate to turn over transcripts of his sermons to city officials. And right now, a contentious and heated free speech debate is threatening to boil over while the pastor sits in jail waiting for a ruling.
We explained this at greater length in our God's Not Dead 2 review, but basically this entire plot is a scare tactic to make Christians think they somehow are under attack in America by coming up with this strawman scenario where the government demands all churches' sermons for some nefarious atheistic intent.
Hey.
Dude.
Sort of a melancholy start to the biracial pastoral bromance in this movie. Sick hug skills, though.
We could hug like that, you know. No, this has to go up higher. Or down. That's down lower. Up, and then we... Told you we could do it.
I feel loved.
You want to get some waffles?
Of course I want to get some waffles.
I'm actually more of a pancake guy.
And that's why it's the last hug you're going to get from me. That's for sure. Waffles all the way. Waffle power. They're crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Pancakes are just fluff. Just fluff.
They just absorb so much syrup. I like syrup.
Everyone, what do you have to say about being released today?
I am grateful to the court that they recognized that this mandate was unconstitutional. I think this is more of a human rights issue.
Oh! The court already deemed the clearly unconstitutional thing unconstitutional? That's, oddly self-aware for one of these movies, I guess. Alright. The movie's done then. Cool. I guess that's it. You can follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded. You can
follow Hugo Reloaded.
You know, subscribe to the...
You could also do the P.O. Box.
And, yeah. I guess that's it. So
awkward outro time?
Yeah.
We'll just sit here for a little bit and... Oh, you're getting up.
Yeah.
Oh, usually No, I'm not getting up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why it's awkward. One of us gets up. You just walk out. Just leave.
It's about our right to see truth and to share that truth with others.
But considering your church is associated with a public university, how do you define truth exactly?
Hey, the movie's still playing!
But they already resolved the cliffhanger they set up from part 1!
No, but there's, let me read my notes. There's... Oh, God. Oh, no. No, you should come back!
Why would you set up a cliffhanger in the first movie just to throw it
They
away?
do a lot of this payoff thing where they...
Don't set up a cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, it's not a cliffhanger. It's
don't set it up if you're not going to pay it off in the second film.
No, it's not.
I think we're getting a lot
The
more...
movie cliffhanger.
We're getting Star Wars comments again.
Star Wars comments?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, why didn't they listen to Poe? I don't know why they didn't listen to Poe. I think it was supposed to be a lesson in authority, but...
Truth is a person. A person of Jesus Christ. It's the one truth above all others.
What do you have to say to the people here who are calling you?
Jesus Christ is the one truth? Really? This guy just can't help himself, can he?
You know, personally, I think truth is stuff that helps you survive. That which helps you survive is truth and not Jesus. That's my personal belief system. Anyway, have you heard of Raskolnikov?
Is a pastor who was jailed for his beliefs.
What if it was a Jewish rabbi that said there was one truth?
Or a Muslim imam?
They have that right. Freedom of worship.
In places of worship. But Headley is a state university.
See, and that's the question, y'all. What's a church doing on a state campus in the first place?
We're seeing more and more protests around the
Students are actually calling for the removal of St. James from Hadley campus.
As the battle raged.
Okay, so now we've shifted gears, and now the movie is going to be about Reverend David A.R. White's church being removed from the campus. By the way, did you realize it was supposed to be on the school campus during the first two movies? Because I sure didn't.
I didn't either.
Good establishment of locations.
In this movie, they go through many lines. Not only was the church here first, it founded the college, and then the state bought the college. It turns out, even if that's the order of events, it's still, you shouldn't, nope.
A historic landmark that has served this community for over a century. And now they want the church gone.
Is this movie pretending that colleges around the country don't have churches, even if they're state-owned, or that at least they're close by, and that this is a unique situation? Or are they saying that people give a shit that there are churches on campus? Because here's a picture of Michigan State University's campus. You can get your church on in about 5 different religions if you're a student, and one of them is called St. John Church and Student Center. I believe that all of these are technically unaffiliated, and maybe the fictional college in this movie isn't, but they're all on campus grounds, or so close it's de facto involved. David A.R. White, Christians, American people, you're not being persecuted, no matter how hard you want to be. You're not. If the church in this movie was just like blocked out public, it'd still be the same effect on the fucking college. It just wouldn't get state funding. It's different, right? You're not being persecuted because we don't want to pay for your fucking religion. Would you want to pay for an atheist center? You probably wouldn't, because you're hypocrites. But if you want to pay for an atheist center, that house is going on sale, and I would love to start a nonprofit and own it. So if you could just donate to the Patreon, I think it could.
Can it have a pool and a wet bar?
It will definitely have those things, both of which are necessary for our preaching, and also our private jet.
Dope.
Yeah.
You're gonna ask out or what?
Excuse me?
We drive all the way out here, every week. Drop off all this food. Why don't you finally stick around?
She feeds homeless people, dude. That's why we donate the food.
I like the idea that one half of the biracial pastoral bromance is in it for the Lord, and the other half is in it for the bitches. If CBS is interested in my spec script for a biracial pastoral bromance sitcom, please call 1-800-IT-COULDN'T-BE-WORSE-THAN-2 broke girls.
That's not even the right amount of numbers for a phone number.
And yet, there was more thought put into that joke than the entirety of CBS's fall lineup. Give me a call is all I'm saying.
Wow, roasting CBS is not a great way to get a job with them.
Fuck them! They're CBS!
Here we come, NBC.
Hey, thank your congregation for all this. I couldn't do it without y'all.
I'll see you next Saturday.
Hold up. From last night. Pork chops turned out great.
Nice.
Giving him some pork chops, huh? That's first base in Christian baseball.
Is there applesauce on those pork chops?
I was gonna say.
Second base.
Second base if there's
Second base.
applesauce.
I wonder what my father would think. When he was a pastor, he'd leave these doors open day and night, didn't matter. Now, we hire armed security guards to protect us from the same people we're supposed to be ministering to.
The people you're supposed to be ministering to are movie atheists, which makes them about 2 steps away from full ISIS members. Maybe keep the armed security just in case. I'm just saying, Kevin Sorbo
They're
is
just
pretty...
whiter. White ISIS.
White ISIS. Whitesis.
It's just fear, David, and it can be overcome. You know this.
Have you considered that not only are you doing a shit job, but also nobody likes you? That wasn't a joke. It was just mean, David. I was just very mean.
Did you ever complain?
You know where I come from. I've seen my share of struggles. But one thing has never changed. God is good all the time.
All the time. God is good.
Yeah, like remember that time we saw that hit and run and I talked about how great it was that a guy in his late 40s died way too young? Good times. That's the voice I'm trying to...
That was such a bad impression of him, I couldn't tell how racist it was.
Was it? I was just doing
I don't think it was then,
Okay.
right? If I can't tell, then it can't possibly be, right?
The internet can decide... Nope.
Oh,
bad idea.
Oh. There's precedent for... She was force sensitive in the EU. Can't.
I couldn't be happier to share that our very own Jude Umbaye has accepted a permanent position with us here at St. James as my co-pastor. Amen.
Welcome, brother. Thank you.
Co-pastors, is that even a thing?
If the BPB says it's a thing, it's a thing. It's the BPB. We basically made them a thing. If we make them a thing, they say a thing, it's a thing.
Okay.
That's how it works. The hierarchy of thingness.
That makes sense. Those hierarchies of dominance. God damn it.
Ooh, we did not take any of it out of context.
We're really going for just worst comment section this episode, aren't we? God damn.
Okay.
You know, I realized tonight that it's been a long time since I've felt like I had a real brother in my life.
David, are you sharing your feelings?
Put your dick away, they're not gonna fuck.
But I'm already halfway there. Don't look.
Okay, but be done by the end of my next joke.
Okay, shh.
Okay, let's not make a big deal out of it. I'm just saying that I'm grateful for you. I'm excited.
I feel the same. Now, can we get some waffles?
David, instead of making your shitty NASCAR show on the PureFlix streaming app, why not just a show where the BPB hangs out and eats waffles? Instant subscribe from me. Not a fan of waffles, but I'll take it for BPB.
I feel like David fills each waffle piece just perfectly.
You mean all the holes?
They're not holes, though. They're more like divots.
He fills the waffle divots.
Yeah, he does.
What was that?
I don't know.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, fuck!
Black friend!
Jude?
You better book your white ass down there before the best character in the franchise fucking burns to death.
Run, David!
Oh no.
David.
What do you say?
Jokes aside, the filmmaking here is surprisingly good compared to what we're used to for the series. There's tension, the fire looks okay, it was actually shot decent. It's by far the best executed sequence in the trilogy. It borderline feels like an actual movie during this part.
Yeah, David looks like he gives a shit. There's blood. And
yeah.
Mostly I was sad about the death of the BPB, but yeah, it was very selfish.
We cut back to earlier that day, and meanwhile in the school library, which is near the church, I guess, they never established location very well. We meet some new characters. Keaton, a Christian questioning her faith, and her boyfriend Adam, an atheist who was raised as a Christian. Anyone want to take bets on how long into the movie he cheats on her, or breaks up with her in a mean way because he's an evil movie atheist?
Or becomes a complete asshole, or gets converted. Both? All four?
Me?
We don't know.
Let's find out.
You're saying that because the Kit Kat logo doesn't have a hyphen, it proves there are multiple realities?
Okay, look, you're oversimplifying, but yes, exactly.
How am I oversimplifying? That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, but it's not just Kit Kat, though. It's a lot of things.
Like what?
Like Curious George used to have a tail, but now he doesn't.
What? Used to?
Yeah.
No, it didn't change.
Look it up.
People just remember it wrong.
Oh, you heard about this? No, it's called the Mandela effect.
You see, the problem with putting weird cultural events in movies like this is that they take so long to produce that when we finally see it, when it comes out, it just hurts. It hurts to watch. It's very cringy, and it dates your movie, and it makes you feel old.
Yeah. X-Files did an episode on this like a year ago, and even by then, that was kind of at the tail end. It was like, okay, this is the last opportunity to make jokes about Mandela effect.
And also that it's evidence for atheism.
Keaton, wait up. Look, I didn't mean anything by it.
I know, it's fine. I have a chem test tomorrow. I have to study.
We were just joking. Keaton, I don't care what you believe and don't believe. And I don't have a problem with God.
Yeah, but you do, Adam.
So Keaton, after having another discussion with her boyfriend about religion, actually preemptively dumps him before he gets a chance to do any evil movie atheist stuff. This movie is completely subverting my expectations. Nope, 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 nope. Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down.
Dear God, thank you for Harbor House. Lord, we're broken people. Please just bring healing and restoration to our school right now in this really difficult time. We love you, and it's a very beautiful name. Amen.
Are you okay?
Peanut butter! Peanut butter!
What?
It's okay, just...
Are we gonna keep going?
Yeah, just keep going.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I know, I've been MIA. It's just been a really crazy semester.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Well, look, you're more than welcome to come down to the city and work on our habitat project if you want.
So Keaton, dejected, finds her way to the campus church, which its location still eludes me. Maybe make it a little clearer.
It's on the corner.
And there, she finds who but Josh from God's Not Dead 1. It was nice of that actor to take time out of his very busy IMDb schedule that I'm definitely not showing right now to show up and be on this movie, because he's real busy with the 3 things he's done since, we're all glad you're working, Josh.
Did you know that there's no hyphen in Kit Kat?
You mean like Kit Kat the candy bar?
Yeah. You know what? Sorry, forget it. I'm being really weird.
Hey.
So nothing happens, but we establish both that Josh is in this movie and that the movie is really stuck on this Mandela effect thing for some reason. For the record, the Mandela effect is bullshit. It's just people misremembering things. Except for the Berenstein thing.
That was obviously... That's true.
My leading theory is genies.
Genies? Like a cabal of genies?
Yeah.
That's up, I think. Are all of them lamp genies?
Some of them are boombox genies. At least one.
Will you have Keaton text me when you get back?
Oh, leave me out of this. This one is on you, Adam. If she wants to text you, she will text you.
All right, look, you need to sleep it off, man.
Spoke too soon! His inner movie atheist won't abide being tossed aside this early in the film. No, he needs to inflict more straw man damage on our protagonists that will inevitably push them into the arms of their daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling Christian God Daddy. I think it encapsulates their relationship a little bit better.
No, but I don't like that. I frequent Twitter, so I'm not a fan.
You don't have to like it. That's life. Okay, it's more than just a coincidence that that rock hit that gas main. All I'm saying is God wanted that church blown up more than that guy wanted that window broken. You know what I mean?
Hey! Hey! Get back here!
David, no!
And almost as quickly as they introduced it, literally 7 minutes it took for this, they introduced the fact that the church burned down, and then they showed us who it was. They couldn't even slow burn this plot hook, they fast burned it.
Don't do it.
Just like... What?
No.
Just like they fast burned the biracial pastoral bromance.
Out of here!
It's a good joke! They fast burned it! He burned in a fire!
I'm gonna be in the corner.
The city was in shock late last night when a tragic fire broke out at St. James. That is the controversial church on the campus of our very own Hadley University. Both police and fire departments have not ruled out arson in the fire that has claimed the life of a visiting pastor from Ghana, Jude Mbaye.
The biracial pastoral bromance is dead.
He's always gonna live right here, though. In all of us. Right here.
He's dead, though.
Oh, yeah, they're very dead. He's dead, so it's dead. He died in a fire. Not from the fire, from a head wound. So, yeah, he perished. Very dead. He is deceased. There was a funeral.
Maybe Kevin Sorbo's ghost hit the gas line. Fuck you, guy who laughed after I got hit by Dean Cain's car.
No, even the God's Not Dead universe is bigger than the Star Wars one.
The church has brought nothing but controversy to the school for years. It's time.
Our enrollment is down 18%. We stand to lose $15 million this year alone.
I'm well aware of that, but we can't pin all of this on St. James.
Well, this university is in the midst of an identity crisis, Tom, because of St. James.
Yeah, I'm with Ted McGinty on this one. I'd imagine there are colleges with churches on them, like Jake mentioned, all over the place. It doesn't cause an 18% drop in admissions. Maybe hiring shitty staff like Professor Radisson, who was a philosophy teacher who knows nothing about philosophy. Not that there isn't precedent for that sort of thing, I guess.
But that's in Canada. Far away from these lands. Certainly it wouldn't affect it here. Nah, never mind.
You know, the funny, as trash as it is,
I stand corrected.
Comments are still on. And that's how it will always be. Welcome to the trash heap.
Captain Planet would fight our comment section.
And he'd probably lose.
We're moving backwards.
This is wrong. The church is a historic landmark. It was here before the university.
You know, I love history. I went to school for it. Didn't finish. Don't worry about that. Skip that part. But the argument that it's old, we should keep it, is fucking dumb. And do you know why? That church, it was burnt down to the ground. It's a crisp. You can't keep it. It's a fire hazard. People will die. There's no argument to be made here. You knock it down. You knock it down. The baddies won. Just knock it down.
Hallelujah.
Jake, hey.
Like peanut butter.
Did you just say lick peanut butter? You just said lick peanut butter.
No, I didn't. Can we work? You're wasting a lot of time.
I don't know why we'd start now. Later at the funeral for one half of the BPB, Reverend Dave meets his former counterpart's parents.
I'm sorry.
This is not your fault. God, He uses all things for His good.
Well, I see where he got his very blasé attitude towards death.
Yep.
Good character building for the dead guy. Good job, movie. Still dead, though.
Mungu ni mzuri. Wakati wote.
What is... I think that's what Jude said to me. The last thing he said to me. What does that mean?
It's hard to translate. In English, it means basically, always God is good. And God is good. Always.
You know, I assumed that was what it was going to mean, but typically for emotional impact, you save these kinds of reveals for later in the movie so the audience also gets a chance to mourn with the characters a bit, but this movie it's not very good at holding its wad at all. It's a very disappointing in that respect. It just wants to blow it all everywhere when really you could save this.
It would have made more sense as the third
You
act.
could, like
at third act revealed this is part of him coming to terms with things and changing
like
his
you
mind.
and I love the black half of the BPB.
Yeah.
But does the average viewer? Not as much as us, that's for sure.
Yeah, out of the two of them, I would have killed David A.R. White.
That's what I'm saying, so... This is like that scene in Brokeback Mountain where Heath smells Jake's shirt after he dies. Spoilers for Brokeback Mountain. But more gay.
Tom, this is insane. You're going to use this as an opportunity to advance some political agenda?
It's not about that.
You don't just knock a church down because of a little controversy. We were attacked.
I know. But Dave, we're worried about the school.
Again, kid threw the rock. God aimed it at the gas main. Continue.
This is absurd. They can just take the church from us? I mean, don't we own this land?
Yes.
So how is this legal?
Eminent domain. I studied property law a bit in grad school. As I understand it, the state gave all public universities complete autonomy over eminent domain.
No, Jake, it's okay.
Come back. Come back.
Like peanut butter off Josh's nipples!
It's okay.
I don't want to lick peanut butter off Josh's nipples!
We'll make it go away.
But he's making
okay.
me!
It's okay.
He's making...
We'll make it stop.
He's making...
We can make it stop.
You gonna be okay?
All these years.
Wait. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe it doesn't work in back-to-back scenes like this. It was only like, I don't know,
That'd be
40
good.
seconds.
That's good. That bit would have gotten real old after like 4 times.
Yeah. We, really dodged a bullet there. Wouldn't want to happen again, would we?
Here.
I know, Josh, I got it. But
This is why I took on Professor Radisson, why I left law school for this ministry. Because what we do and how we do it, it's important, Dave.
Wait, Josh left law school for this?
Ooh.
This guy's making similar career moves to the guy who plays Josh, and by that I mean very poor ones.
Josh, we have no money, no lawyers. If I could do something, I would. It's not that easy.
No, it's not easy. But it's simple.
As a point of order, please, under no circumstances, engage in litigation with the hopes that God will iron out the details, because he won't, and you will lose everything you care about, and your life will be ruined.
So Reverend Dave brings his lawyer brother in to fight the eminent domain claim the university has put on the burnt church land to get them off campus property.
I figured you could take your old room. It's kind of a guest room and some storage, but...
Wow. Got the old man's chair. Allowed to sit in it now?
The biracial pastoral bromance died, so I have to listen to dialogue like this. Fuck it, off me too. I want to be with Reverend Jude. At least there might be waffles where he is.
Did you buy 3 boxes of these for me?
Of course. I knew you'd come.
Unfortunately, I don't really eat zingers anymore.
What do you mean you don't eat zingers? You love those things. What happened?
Triple bypass.
Heart surgery? You had heart surgery.
6 years ago.
I had no idea.
Why would you?
Again, all joking aside, I actually think the writing in this movie has improved. The characterization is better. I believe David A.R. White as kind of uptight, anal, religious guy who has a brother who's more laid back and isn't religious and is kind of like over his brother's shit, but he wants to help him anyway.
I wanted to hang out with the brother the whole time.
Right, like characterization is your friend. Cristiano brothers, take notes. This is how you make a movie. Not a good movie.
Except he always had the same beer in every scene.
He did have the same beer. You can't get them all. You can't win them all.
Do you really believe that there's a God?
I don't know. I guess.
If he does exist, do you think that he would forgive me?
This brings up an interesting point. Christianity as a solution to guilt. I'm sure lots of prison conversions work on the same principle. You're racked with guilt over something you think you could never be forgiven for, making the pain and the guilt so much worse, until you hear about a deity that will forgive you for anything, no matter how heinous. That must be a relief to believe that the unforgivable can be forgiven, so people start believing so they can have someone who forgives them, even if that person isn't real. I think I remembered why I don't like this movie again.
Yeah, they beat you over the head with it. Yeah. Don't like me.
But, like, before it was with, like, not a baseball bat. The first movie's a baseball bat. Second movie's like a baseball bat. Basketball. Third movie's like a Nerf bat. It's like, it doesn't actually hurt you. It's just kind of like, okay.
Can you stop?
Can you stop now?
Oh. You still pray for me?
Pierce, can we not?
Why? I'm just curious.
Yeah, sometimes.
I knew it.
You know, I gotta say, this new all-white bromance is not really doing it for me.
No.
One is David A.R. White, and the other is a guy who clearly drinks plastic bottle vodka between scenes.
Burnett's.
Like the cherry one.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think we've all thrown up on that a little bit.
Reverend Dave and his brother get an urgent call to get down to the church where it's about to be demolished.
You stay put.
Yeah, but what do you want me to do?
I don't know. Stall.
You have a Bible?
Fight it. Fight it, Jake.
I can't.
You can do it.
I can't
do it. Fight it.
His jawline is too strong.
You're stronger.
It's too strong.
You can do it.
It's a just. Oh.
Wait. I have an idea.
5 minutes later.
How'd you know this was gonna work?
See, that's what you don't expect. Spoons are the nipples of silverware.
Huh. I didn't really expect that to be the punchline of this bit.
I don't think anyone did. I didn't.
We're fucking geniuses.
Is that what we're calling it? Alright.
This is the Word of God. But how often do we really take time to read it? Let's start at the top, shall we? In the beginning.
Well, this is an excellent filibuster idea. If this is going to take 6 more years, I am just not into it.
This is no longer a Christian school. The church really should have moved off campus 50 years ago when the state bought the university. Instead, funding is given disproportionately to one religious organization while other ones are being denied. So you add that to all of this controversy and now violence. You tell me, how can they justify keeping the church on campus?
Why on earth did they add this dialogue if they didn't want the audience to know that the church was unconstitutional? It's a bold move. Gotta respect it.
I don't know, I guess he was struggling in his faith. But it was more than just confusion. It's darker than that. I always hoped that he'd come around before our parents died. It was hard on them. It felt like they lost their son.
You lost your hero.
And nobody in the writer's room thought this made believers sound like cunts. That's weird.
I keep trying to tell myself all the things that I would tell others who are struggling. It's not helping.
Turns out I'm really bad at my job. Whoops.
But St. James built Hadley University years ago.
Exactly. So you see how far this has gone. And now with the school board's actions, we've been given no choice but to seek a legal solution.
All of these college administrators, they go on and on and on about diversity and tolerance and inclusion, but yet when it's asked of them, they run you off of campus. That doesn't sound very tolerant or inclusive to me.
You know what I've always wanted in a Pure Flix movie? NRA spokeswoman Dana Loesch. And for her to also talk about the love of Jesus and to scare my penis back inside of me. So...
Back?
It's been there, it comes back, and then it goes back in.
Does your penis retract into your body? Like a...
And faith in God may not be as popular on campus as it once was, but people still have a fundamental human right to express their beliefs, even in a public square at a state university.
Okay, but you also aren't entitled to the tax dollars your church was getting in a clear violation of the separation of church and state. Everyone's kinda wrong about everything in this movie.
Isn't that weird? Everyone's just sort of wrong!
Get ready to yell timber.
I got a better idea.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah.
The White Brother Lumberjack duo, WBLD, is not as good as the biracial pastoral bromance, but I'll have to see them cut down a few more trees before I make my final decision on them. So
religion has no value except for the laws that protect it.
Value? I don't know. The people have evolved. Science has replaced superstition. Church has outlived its usefulness.
Well, church is a place for people to seek, to grapple with those difficult questions, to find hope and truth.
That would be true if by church you mean library. Churches aren't bastions of honest discourse about the validity of the religion they were built for. They're a sect-specific hug box where people who are afraid about dying and of other things can find a community to help support them and tell them comforting lies. And that's fine if that's what you need to get through the day. But don't pretend it's some place for some honest appraisal of reality, because it's the opposite of that.
And old lady cookies.
I do like the old lady cookies.
They're fine. They're good.
Yeah.
Now, this whole situation brings you to the cross. And the cross is both vertical and horizontal. Vertical is me and God and me, my relationship with Christ. The horizontal part, you and I. Sometimes we get so caught up in the vertical, we forget the horizontal. Forget each other. Yep.
And also, it was a wooden torture device meant to display criminals deemed for execution as a means of preventing further crimes and promoting order in a world where order was so important that the empire would collapse when there wasn't enough of it. But yes, it was also a silly metaphor. You should go get a real haircut.
He's had the same haircut since the first movie.
He should get a new one, and a real one.
They couldn't even...
One for a human person and not a sim.
They couldn't even spring to send, like, a camera crew to a Newsboys concert for this one. They're just there in this one. There's the Newsboys. Some of them, not even all of them. What were the rest of the Newsboys doing? Were they, like...
Quitting.
I was 9. And she left him. You know what our church did? They called her a sinner. They said that if she married again, she'd be an adulterer.
Catholics aren't real Christians, though, not Josh. Jack Chick taught me that.
All things aside, I'm actually really impressed that this movie is, like, showing, hey, shitty Christians exist sometimes, which the first two movies didn't even acknowledge. Maybe the Mandela effect is real, and we've slid into a universe with a little bit less intellectual dishonesty.
Nope.
I saw the Kavanaugh hearing, too.
Yep. Lindsey Graham was really mad because his rapist friend is gonna get... Nothing is gonna go wrong. He's gonna get put on Supreme Court for life.
I'm disgusted by this fucking country anyway.
Oh, comment section! Oh, look! Most people who should unsubscribe! Okay.
The university is being flooded with calls and emails from angry citizens, and it seems Chancellor Ellsworth, well, taking the brunt of that anger.
Stay here.
Kayla! Come here. What was that?
A Christian is the answer. I guess it's okay if mild vandalism occurs as long as it doesn't kill a guy who speaks Swahili.
Tom? I'm getting death threats, Dave. Somebody threw a brick through my window.
Okay, just take it easy.
No,
okay?
Kayla could have been hurt.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry.
You did this.
Pierce!
Hey! Get off him!
You brought the fight to us, Tom.
Everyone in this movie's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of into it.
It's pretty true to life.
Cypress Redevelopment Agency.
I got that. Give me something else.
Hey, I got some leftover pizza.
Yeah.
You gonna do a thing?
Oh, no, it turns out it was more of a peanut butter craving than a Josh one. We took care of it.
If anyone can help me, send job opportunities to the P.O. Box. I'm a good worker. I learn quickly. I'm good under high stress work environments.
Just kidding, psych!
And if you could do that very soon, that would be great.
What kind of law were you studying?
Same as you. Civil rights, social justice.
Really? Because you don't strike me as a liberal.
Give the kid a break.
What?
Well, I don't think standing up for the oppressed is exclusive to a political agenda.
Funny, because in the real world it seems to be, don't see a lot of liberals with tiki torches shouting blood and soil as they walk down the street before one of them kills a woman with a car.
That was too real.
Yeah. Well, that's life.
This is a place where we're supposed to escape.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that your religious beliefs get in the way of real social change?
No, my beliefs are the foundation of change. The belief that every human is made in the image of God. I mean, Jesus was the ultimate social justice warrior.
Oh, the comments are already...
Matthew chapter 15, verse 23. Jesus did not answer a word, so his disciples came to him and urged him, "Send her away, for she keeps crying out after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." The woman came and knelt before him. "Lord, help me," she said. He said, "It's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to dogs." That's the part of the Bible where Jesus calls a Canaanite woman a dog because she's not Jewish like him. Social justice warrior, Jesus!
Woo! Black Lives Matter unless they're Canaanites.
Woo!
Pound it. I don't know how to do it.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. You're full of shit.
Shut the fuck up down there, too!
So there are only 30 minutes left and we haven't even hit a courtroom, so it's time for an anonymous tipster to tell Reverend Dave who set the fire and destroyed his one true bromance. That's just
our one true bromance.
Fair enough. I shouldn't say. It belongs to all of us.
It really does. It's a shared experience.
Is it true?
I don't know.
Is it? Tell me!
Wait, hold on.
You killed Jude, didn't you?
Hey, take it easy, pal.
What is wrong with you?
What's going on? Just tossing bushes. That's not.
David A.R. White committing assault on a student. This review was worth it.
Adam never meant to hurt anyone. I'm not saying he shouldn't own up to what he did, but I just don't see God's mercy here. Especially not from Pastor Dave.
He's human, Keaton.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a man of God. What kind of example is that? I mean, if being a Christian doesn't affect the way we act, then how do we actually know that our values and beliefs are any more valid than anyone else's?
Ding, 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 circle gets the square. We've come a long way from Hercules getting hit by Dean Cain's car.
Why didn't he just push the car off of him? He's Hercules. He's very strong.
I don't know. Maybe he was too busy thinking about Xena. He was like, I'm distracted. Superman's car probably has Superman powers, too.
That makes sense. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Transitive property.
Now I just want to see... Now I want to see actual Dean Cain Superman fight Hercules.
That's not a good fight.
That's a fun fight.
That's not a good fight.
That's a good fight. Because Hercules is magic and...
Wasn't Will Wheaton in that movie show?
I don't
Wasn't
remember.
he Jimmy?
No. Am
I crazy?
I think you're crazy.
Oh.
A friend sent this to me when I was in high school. It was inspiring. It's why I came to Hadley. I wanted to be a part of something.
They're your friend? You haven't responded in 5 years!
Who saves text messages?
What?
Who saves texts for 5 years?
Nobody! Well, she does.
Is the implication that random people were sending to random numbers that...
No, she said, this is my friend. My friend said, this is why I came here. For the Josh dick. She never gets it.
Speaking of which, by the way, she chose her college based on a text message?
Yeah, she did.
I've never heard of a worse reason to pick a college. Literally. I mean
Well, maybe a sports scholarship for women's sports at Michigan State. That's a worse reason.
Is that a sports joke I'm not picking up on?
Oh, Google Larry Nassar didn't pay off.
Well, I didn't ask for this fight.
That's a fact, but here it is. Keep your eye on what's important.
I think what's important is that Christians stop rolling over all the time. When is it our right to fight?
I have never once seen a Christian roll over when being told even very fair things, like, hey, you can't have 10 Commandment monuments in front of courthouses because it violates state-church separation. Or, please, try telling a Christian happy holidays around Christmas. Not all of them, but about half lose their fucking minds. Christians take their supremacy for granted and take attempts at equality as attacks on their faith. It's a victim complex bullshit from a group that's had power forever in this country and doesn't understand how much of a majority they have.
Gay rights, trans rights, abortion, Brett Kavanaugh. Why are they doing that? What? I don't understand. I don't understand. The guy from Alabama? What is that about? Just be decent.
We cannot respond to hate with more hate. And don't forget, we are called to be a light in the darkness.
New biracial pastoral bromance.
No.
You
cannot. Stop shipping people. Stop shipping people. This is not fucking Tumblr. Stop it. Stop. No. I'm gonna fucking immolate myself like that goddamn monk. I'm fucking done. This is trash. This is turning into a goddamn DeviantArt page.
One is white and one is black. That makes that 2 races. Biracial. Pastoral.
Again, any job offers, please send to the P.O. Box. I'm in desperate need.
I expect graphics in post from you.
I miss Jude.
Smell his shirt! Smell his shirt! Smell his shirt!
You're Heath! He's Jake! In this scenario. Smell his shirt.
To the bridge. Forgave you years ago. You forgave me. For what exactly? For leaving? You forced me out, you and Mom and Dad, all of you.
Break. No one forced you
Oh,
out.
yes, you did. I wasn't welcome in this house once I started asking tough questions.
Is that what they were? Tough questions? Oh, why did God allow bad things to happen to good people? Or how do we even know God exists? Really?
You should back off, little brother.
Maybe you were just trying to impress a co-ed with how worldly and forward-thinking you were.
I like that the movie hand-waves the question of evil away as if the answer is obvious. And frankly, I know this movie isn't made for us. It's made for primarily a Christian demographic that's already gonna believe whatever their pastor has told them about this kind of thing. But at the end of the day, we didn't bring up the problem of evil. You did, movie. So why are you bringing it up if you're not going to actually address it in any sort of actual way where you are addressing it? And not just saying, that's a thing, boop! Wasting my time.
What am I doing wrong? Just show me.
Man, movies would end so quickly if prayers worked.
It'd be over.
Dear Lord, Captain America would be like, Dear Lord, I hope Thanos doesn't get all the Infinity Stones. Dean Cain hits Thanos with a car. Movie's fucking finished 10 minutes in. You don't even have to sweep up Spider-Man at the end. Congratulations.
Wow.
Did you ever even stop to ask why Adam threw that brick? He's tired of feeling judged and rejected by the people who should be loving and accepting. You want to know why our generation's leaving the church? It's because the whole world knows what the church is against, but it's getting harder and harder to know what it's for.
Well, that's easy. It's for being against all those things. You're in college.
You're right. There's something I need to do. Will you come with me?
Again, I appreciate at least the movie's, like, trying to address, even if not address, accept there are problems with modern Christianity.
Yeah.
I mean, none of the problems they address are like the ones about how it doesn't, you know, have evidence, but baby steps.
It's a short baby.
We want to plead for leniency for Adam. I'm the only witness the state has. I'll tell the DA what I saw. Jude's death couldn't have been premeditated. I spoke with Jude's parents. They feel the same. Town's on edge. The whole thing's gone too far.
Didn't have to.
You're right. And I'm sorry. I truly am.
So no courtroom drama, huh? Kind of a bummer. I was hoping for a return of Judge Ernie Hudson. Guess there wasn't enough money in it for him this time.
Well, I'm glad. I don't know if I could eat enough peanut butter to quench the Jesse.
How low budget is your movie that you don't have Ernie Hudson 2018 money? I'm just saying.
That's so fucking mean and true.
He said, this building is not my church. Although St. James has meant everything to me, although it's been my whole life, I would gladly give all of that up for this. For you.
This is actually kind of an amazing ending. The Christian realizes he was taking his convictions too far to the point it was conflicting with his morals, and he stopped and found a new path forward instead of trying to plow over everyone to get what he wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding when I say this. That's a good message for Christians. Let your love for others come first. And I'm shocked. I agree with that. It's like, the message of the movie is like, hey, sometimes you can take your shit too far. Other people matter more than your shit. That's at least what I got out of it. I'm not saying every Christian's going to take that message. I'm saying compared to the other movies, the message is essentially them saying, listen, sometimes you have to make concessions.
They're backpedaling on the Melissa Joan Hart one a lot.
Yes, for sure. Because I think they got... And I respect that maybe they saw criticisms from the first two movies and are kind of taking them to heart. And like, okay, let's actually sort of talk about the fact that Christianity and the shape of politics and the shape of the demographics of the country are changing. What do we do when faced with that? The fact is, this church was unconstitutional the way it was getting funding from the school. He ended up having to come to terms with that and move the church. And he does. And I'm shocked. I'm so shocked this movie had the message of like...
I really thought they were going to browbeat us.
No, they were like, yeah, everyone was kind of wrong. Everyone needs to listen to other people more.
Yep.
And that's a great message. Huh. Shit! I don't know what to do when it has a good message. Anyway.
You know what I was thinking?
What's that?
Jude was right. God is good.
All the time. And all the time?
God is good.
Well, it's certainly not biracial.
No, monoracial pastoral bromance doesn't sound as good.
And, you know, it can't be a bromance if they're just gay. That's just a romance, and so now it's just cute.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's just they make a good couple. Okay, I guess.
That's it! God's Not Dead 3 in the bag. Now, here's the thing. They don't call it God's Not Dead 3. They call it God's Not Dead Light in the Darkness. Are they going to keep making them? Are they going to number them? Are they going to do God's Not Dead random subtitle?
You see, I think this is going to lead into a multiverse.
Okay.
There's going to be ones where maybe Jude doesn't die. And we see that universe.
Okay. Jude teams up with Professor Harkins, who didn't actually die. Right. He was recruited into a secret...
Or those two in heaven, now they're angels recruiting in the after. Hire us, Pure Flicks. We're gold. Also, I wouldn't hate... Like, maybe Ernie Hudson dies.
Sure.
And it's like a buddy cop, but like angels on our shoulders... But because it's Ernie Hudson, it's just two angels. Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah.
This movie, I mean, the first one, I still say God's Not Dead 1.
Last Will, New Testament.
That's pretty good. The first God's Not Dead is still one of the funniest Christian movies to watch with your friends.
It's so fucking bad.
The second one's just boring.
Yeah.
It's not even that funny.
And the third one is almost a movie... It's almost a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit better in some areas, and then obviously much worse.
This movie treated Christianity, it still treated it with kid gloves, but less so than it used to. Before they were shadow boxing, now they're at least hitting them, but with gloves and pads.
It's like the speed bag?
A little bit, sure. At the very least, they are addressing, like, hey, shitty Christians exist. What does that mean? You're not being a steward for the faith, whatever, which is important to people in the
Honestly,
religion.
If they could just have an honest discussion in one of these movies, I'd be absolutely... Even if they come out with, but, you know, Jesus is the way in the light. Fuck it, I don't care. If they could sit down and have a discussion with a real atheist... The brother in this movie wasn't as strong. He's fine!
He was actually written... I almost feel like they went to an actual atheist.
It was real close.
It wasn't perfect,
because at the end he gets a Bible and the implication is no longer that.
But when he is an atheist, the things he brings up aren't super strawman-y. Some of the things he said were things I would have said in that situation. You know what I mean?
Like he gets abandoned by his family when he's having a crisis of faith, and that pushes him out.
Yeah.
The girl has a distinct reason, I forget why, but she gets pushed out by her community as well, and she's like, you know, I don't think I'm going to do this. The guy that does the brick thing, he had a legit reason, like he was pushed out as well. So it's a lot of these bad Christian trope things, which is fine because that's how it works a lot of the time. And I think Christians know it best.
Yeah.
How bad Christians can be, and the fact that they brought it up is great. The fact that they didn't continue to talk about it after they brought up the tertiary idea of that is bad. But it's a step in the right direction, and God damn it, I'll take it. David, if you'd like to come on the show and talk about why you're wrong, I would love to have you. Don't bring in the newsboys though, not without a haircut.
Okay, so that's it. If you have any other movies you want us to watch or anything, you can send them to this P.O. box. Also, those job offers. Kidding. You can always follow us on Twitter at don't eat more, at Papa Bird Jake.
You could also follow Hugo Reloaded.
You can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get all the notifications for the channel. You can also go to our Discord. There's a link to that in the description. We always post there when we have videos and stuff.
We just uploaded to the Quran Reloaded. The strikes have expired, so now that's a channel again that can work.
Hurrah! And then...
Hurrah! It's 1935 England, right before the Blitz.
So, until next time... Oh, if you want to help support the show... Patreon, that'd be great.
Yes, and you get special things. We're going to have Jesus stickers soon.
Cool.
They're over there on my desk somewhere. They're coming in the mail.
So until next time, I'm Hugo.
I'm Jake. This is so much peanut butter, but I can't just leave it on the spoon. I certainly can't put it back. It's got to go somewhere. And it's not going in you. I've been all over this thing.
This has been Hugo and Jake.
It's crunchy, though. It's not that bad. So what was your poop like when you ate a whole thing by yourself? Just with a spoon.
A lot like peanut butter.
Was it really hard to wipe?
It was really hard to squeeze out because there's no
no lubrication.
Not even. No, it's just there's no it'd be like if you were trying to squeeze.
I'm with you.
Peanut butter.
But you don't have you aren't a toothpaste. So.
Yeah. You need to take your colon and do this, but you can't. It's just trying to squeeze with the muscles, and it goes a little bit at a time. Like soft serve ice cream, but the machine's broken and it's doesn't wanna.
McDonald's at 10:30.
That's enough.
PM.
That's enough about my BM habits. Until next time. I already said that.
Yeah, no, it's over. I needed time to finish the peanut butter.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Her purple hair. They didn't know how to deal with Carrie's death. Yeah. Okay, she's not a Mary. If she's a Mary Sue, Luke is a Mary Sue. Stop.
Okay, we have a different movie to watch.
Okay, hold. Okay, one more. No, never mind. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He used. No. Oh, he looked fine with his shirt off. You wish you looked like that with your.
Don't wear the weird pants.
That is the.
I saw Kazam. I know that movie.
Remember when he ate the McDonald's? I also remember that ad in the middle of the movie. Richie Rich did that too. I have a McDonald's in my house.
I know. I remember that.
Why would you have a McDonald's? That's a business.
The way I took that is the Richie Rich house is such a big house with so much staff. It's essentially a food court for all the staff.
I guess I was a child when I saw that. Though,
he also had a roller coaster in his backyard.
That makes sense though. He's Richie Rich.
But a roller coaster that would require daily maintenance.
No, that's how you get rid of Richie Rich.
Okay.
Make it look like a Richard Branson, but junior.
They had a Mount Rushmore in their backyard.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, what a weird time in your career. The time you had one.
Wow, he's got a podcast.
Oh, okay.
He's doing fine. I would have liked to be a guest. You've shot that chance. That's.
Oh no.